I never thought my own sister would humiliate me online for likes and views, but here we are. Let me give you some context. I'm 32, and my sister Rachel is 25. We've always had a decent relationship, though not particularly close. Our 7-year age gap meant we were never really at the same life stage at the same time. When she was starting high school, I was already in college. When she was finishing college, I was establishing my career. Speaking of careers, mine hit a major roadblock 2 years ago. I worked in event planning, which, as you can imagine, was decimated when large gatherings became impossible. My company folded, and suddenly I was unemployed after 8 years in the industry. The timing couldn't have been worse. I had just purchased my first house, a modest 3-bedroom in a decent neighborhood. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine, and I was proud of it. I had saved for years for the down payment. When the pandemic hit and my job disappeared, I quickly burned through my savings trying to keep up with the mortgage. Eventually, I had to make a difficult decision: sell the house at a loss in a down market, or find another solution. That's when Rachel called. She had just graduated college and was looking to move out of our parents' house. She needed an affordable place to live while starting her first job in social media marketing. It seemed like the perfect solution. She would move in with me, pay rent that would help me cover the mortgage, and I would have time to figure out my next career move without losing my house. I even let her use my old car since hers was on its last legs, and I was mostly at home anyway. The arrangement worked well enough at first. She paid her rent on time, we split utilities and groceries, and we generally stayed out of each other's way. I took on freelance work and odd jobs while applying for more permanent positions, slowly rebuilding my career in a new direction. Fast forward to last week. I was scrolling through my phone when a friend sent me a message. "Is this you Rachel's talking about in her TikTok?" I clicked the link, and there was my sister, sitting in my living room, filming one of those storytime videos that had apparently gone viral with over 200,000 views. "Living with my broke homeless sister," the caption read. And then Rachel began her comedy routine. "So my sister used to have this fancy career planning rich people parties, but then she got laid off and nearly lost her house," she said, laughing. "Now she can barely afford ramen noodles. Thank God for me paying her bills, am I right?" She went on to jokingly describe how pathetic my life was, how I couldn't even afford to fix the dishwasher when it broke, how I was basically homeless without her generosity, and how she was practically the owner since she was the only one with an actual income. The comments were worse. People were laughing, calling me a loser, saying Rachel was a saint for taking care of her homeless sister. Some were even suggesting she should claim the house as her own since she was the responsible one. But I felt sick to my stomach. Not only was Rachel misrepresenting our arrangement, but she was also publicly humiliating me during one of the most vulnerable times in my life. Yes, I had struggled financially, but I was far from homeless. It was my house she was sitting in while filming that video, my car she drove to her job every day. I waited until she came home from work that evening. I was sitting at the kitchen table, my laptop open, to her viral video. "Oh, you saw it," she said, seemingly pleased. "Isn't it hilarious? My followers love it. I might do a whole series about living with you." "No, Rachel, it's not hilarious," I said calmly. "It's hurtful and dishonest. This is my house. I'm not homeless. You pay rent to me, not the other way around." She rolled her eyes. "God, it's just a joke. People love this kind of content. It's not personal. It's just for entertainment." "Entertainment at my expense," I replied. "And it's full of lies. You're making it sound like you're supporting me when actually you're paying below market rent to live in a house I bought. You're driving my car. This arrangement was to help us both out." "You're being way too sensitive," she insisted. "Nobody takes TikTok seriously. It's not like it's going to affect your life." "It already has," I told her. "My friends have seen it. Potential employers could see it. You've portrayed me as financially irresponsible and incompetent, which could impact my job prospects." She just laughed and said I was being dramatic. That's when I made my decision. I got up, went to my office, and returned with 2 documents: a 30-day notice to vacate and a request for the return of my vehicle within 7 days. "What's this?" she asked, the smile fading from her face. "A notice to vacate," I said. You have 30 days to find a new place to live, and I need my car back by next week." She stared at me in disbelief. "You're kicking me out over a TikTok video? Are you serious right now?" "I'm kicking you out because you publicly humiliated me and showed zero remorse when confronted about it," I clarified. "If you think I'm just a broke, homeless loser who can't survive without your generosity, then you shouldn't have any problem finding your own place and your own car." But rent anywhere else will be twice what I pay you," she sputtered. "And I can't afford a car right now." "That sounds like something a financially responsible person with an actual income should be able to handle," I replied, quoting her video. "Unlike your broke homeless sister." She stormed off to her room, slamming the door like a teenager. 10 minutes later, our parents called. Rachel had told them I was cruelly evicting her out of nowhere, and they were demanding an explanation. I calmly explained the situation and sent them the link to her video. There was a long silence after they watched it. "We'll talk to her," my dad finally said. This wasn't right. Over the next few days, Rachel's attitude shifted from indignant to desperate. She took down the video and posted a vague apology, though notably without tagging me or explicitly acknowledging what she had done wrong. She left tearful notes under my door, begging me to reconsider. She even enlisted mutual friends to plead her case. "It was just a joke," they said. "She's your sister. Family forgives." But I held firm, the notice stood, the request for my car remained. When Rachel realized I wasn't backing down, she finally came to me with a proper apology. She admitted the video was hurtful and dishonest. She acknowledged that I had helped her by offering affordable housing during her early career. She promised never to post about me again without permission. "I'm really sorry," she said tearfully. "I got caught up in the views and comments. I didn't think about how it would affect you. Please don't make me move out." Part of me wanted to forgive her immediately. She is my sister after all. But another part remembered the casual cruelty of her laughter as she mocked my financial struggles, the ease with which she lied about our arrangement, and her complete dismissal of my feelings when first confronted. "I accept your apology," I told her, "but the notice stands. I think we need some time apart, and you need to experience the reality of housing costs and car payments that I've been shielding you from. Maybe then you'll understand why your joke wasn't funny." She moved out last weekend, back to our parents' house temporarily while she looks for an apartment she can afford. I got my car back, which I actually needed since I recently secured a new full-time position. Our parents are disappointed in both of us. Rachel for her cruel video, and me for not showing more forgiveness. Some of our mutual friends think I overreacted. It was just a stupid TikTok, they say. You didn't need to blow up her living situation over it. But from my perspective, actions have consequences. Rachel is an adult who chose to publicly mock and misrepresent me for internet fame. Why should I continue to subsidize the lifestyle of someone who showed me such disrespect? Still, she is my sister and I do love her despite everything. Sometimes I wonder if I was too harsh, if I should have given her another chance. Am I the a-hole?